Today's story time, I'm going to be talking about the weirdest dream I've ever had. Now, recently I've actually been having a lot of crazy dreams. Now, they've actually been fairly violent dreams, and I don't know why they have been violent. This dream in particular is by far the one dream that I will never forget. I had this dream when I was around the age of 14 years old. Let's go ahead and start. So with that being said, let's begin. So basically, the dream starts off where I was in my school, and I remember the school looked a lot different. Like I remember I was running down a little bitty stairway, and I was running down the stairway. I had all 5 of my Ranger keys I had at the time. And I remember I had them, and then when I was like one of the last few people to go out the door to the activity bus so that we can go out to where we were going to. And I remember that in the dream, I dropped all my keys. I'm like, oh my god, bro, I dropped them all. So I pick them up, and then the scene just transitions. I'm not even on it doesn't even go to like a bus ride. It transitions to the next scene, and I'm at some sort of like little bitty I guess buffet, where it's not like it's kind of like a pizza inn type of thing. I was at the thing, I was kicking it with my friends. Like, I had a friend whose name was Kwame, but I remember he was there with me. My good friend Tim, my good friend Fire, my good friend Jaheim was there. Every one of my friends that I had at the time were there, and that was sometime after I got to know them very well. So yeah, we were all there. My friend Patricia, she was there as well. We were all kicking it, having a good time at our own little bitty table. I was eating and stuff. It was a really good time, though. It was really good freaking time. And I remember that sometime after, I'm like, okay guys, you know what, I'm gonna go. There was like a little bitty arcade thing. It only had 3 arcade cabinets back there. One was a driving game, and others were just like the regular arcade cabinets that you could play on. And it was only just a really narrow room, like in a way, like a closet. Like one of those really like, I guess, like long closets, but still kind of, narrow or whatever, like still kind of small, and to the point where it still kind of makes you feel claustrophobic a little. But yeah, it was one of those types of places, and it just looked like a tiny, it's just like a closet, but only had 3 arcade cabinets, and man, was it bright in there. It was really bright. So I'm like, hey guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go play some of these games right quick. So I went and played the racing game. And I remember, just driving around, whatever. And then, after some time of playing it, I fell asleep out of nowhere. Because, it was like one of those little bitty racing games where it had, like a little racing, like a little chair where you get, like, a little seat that you could sit in and play the game like you're actually driving a race car. So I remember I fell asleep in that seat. I woke up. I didn't think anything of it, until I opened up the door. Because there was a little bitty door. You could close it if you wanted to. And I opened up the little bitty door, and I noticed that everyone's gone. No one is in that place anymore. So what I did was, I'm like, what the freak? Like, why is everybody gone for? Like, it was literally dark, because beforehand it was bright, had lights everywhere, all in the room or whatever. It was dark except for where you would get the food from. Those was the only lights that were on in that place, and the place was small. I should point out, all it had were tables, like 7 to about maybe 5 or about 7 tables, a bathroom, and the little arcade room that I was in. So I remember I was like, why is everybody gone? So I walk out to see what's going on, and I hear absolutely nothing. Like, the game machines weren't even making any noises. And I remember I walked out, I heard it was just absolute silence. I heard absolutely nothing. And, and there was a little bitty door leading out to the place or whatever. And I remember that out of nowhere, I hear some faint scream come from the thing behind me, and it was one of the other arcade cabinets, and it had Sonic the Hedgehog, doing his little bitty fast dash thing where he turns into where he curls up and then goes really fast. It was in a black and red little bitty scheme, and then when I got closer, it was a woman's a woman screaming in sheer pain. And I remember, and I was just like, bro, what the freak is going on? And then I run out of the place. I've run toward, the door to leading out there. When I get out there, there was, houses all across, out the thing or whatever, outside the building. And I remember just, and then the fire trucks and everything, and police cars were surrounding one house. I don't know what happened. It might have been a fire. I don't know. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then I get instantly, there's no, it doesn't fade to black or anything. I get teleported to my dad's house in his little bitty neighborhood. I did not know what was going on. So I get teleported to my dad's house, literally we're right outside his house. I'm standing right in front of it where his truck is. And I remember I see just clear blue skies through one of his windows. I climb up and get into that thing, and my dad, you know, was sitting on a balcony. It's like a balcony that you would see built in like Minecraft or something. It looked like that. It had like the little birch wood planks or whatever, like the little birch wood blocks. Had it built like that and everything. And it was literally just green grass, just all blue skies. And what I remember was that I climbed in and my dad was like, "Hey, what's up, boy?" And you know, I'm like, "Hey, Dad, how you doing?" And then, you know, he's drinking a beer because my dad used to drink, but he doesn't really do that anymore. But he was drinking a beer or whatever. And then some random black dude just comes out of nowhere from the other side of the balcony. Just some random fat black dude. Like, this dude was like fat, like not, I'm gonna say fat to the point where, you know, he was like, you know, like, I guess, like, you know, to the point where he could barely even walk. He was, you know, I guess you could say had a good amount of muscle, had a good amount of fat on him. But like, he walked towards my dad. He's like, "What, Dad? Like, who is this guy? Like, I could have sworn I was your only son, Dad." And he called my dad, you know, his dad. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And then he ends up getting like really like super duper mad at my dad for, you know, I don't know why he got mad at him, but I remember he had a beer as well. He didn't even open it yet. So what he did, he ran up to my dad, he grabbed his shoulder, and he opened up the beer and just, you know, he shook it up and everything, opened up the beer and just freaking poured it on my dad's freaking head. Like, and you know, it was all like the little, you know, like with like the foam as well. Like that's what I saw, like the foam just going on my dad's head. And then him and my dad ended up getting into a fight. My dad ended up fighting him because, you know, like, bro, you don't just, like, you know, I'm pretty sure he's just like, "Hey, bro, you ain't just gonna freaking pour no beer on my head like that, bro." And they get into a fight, and I'm like, "Bro, I can't do this." Or I just panic. So I run back out of the freaking, you know, I run back out of, or I run, jump, or kind of climb back out of the window. And from what I remember, it was getting, like, it was like on the break of dawn, or am I correct? Yeah, break of dawn. Like, you know, it was, you know, just about to get sunny. And I remember seeing my second brother, who doesn't live here in the house I'm currently in right now. He doesn't live here, he lives with my dad. And I saw my other brother just like riding his bike back to the house and everything. He had a helmet on and everything, which he doesn't have. So he's riding back to the house. Like, he didn't get to me, but I saw him like rounding the little bitty corner, which comes back, like, which goes into the little bitty areas. There's like 4 trailers where my dad lives at in that little bitty stretch of a road. He was driving back that way, or riding back that way on his bike, and I wake up. Like, that's the end of the freaking dream right there. And I remember, like, bro, what kind of dream did I have? I told everyone. I told my mom, I told my friends, I think I even told my brothers this. Like, as I said, this is a dream I will never forget. Like, this is probably like the only dream that I've ever had that I can remember very vividly and remember what happened in that, you know, in the dream. So that really does it for this video, guys. I just wanted to share, you know, this really bizarre video, or a little bitty story of mine, where, like, on the weirdest dream I've ever had. And I tell you, this literally is the weirdest dream I've ever had. And I've also had some very odd and erotic dreams, but we're not going to talk about that. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.